Gospel, there are many stories of Jesus praying. Jesus sometimes offered a prayer of thanks, and also prayed whenever difficulties came. While praying, he overcame many obstacles. As Jesus went to Jerusalem, he knew that he would be killed on the cross and told his disciples so. He had no choice but to pray even more. Although he knew that his disciples would leave him, he had to fulfill God's will one by one without being hurt by that. Before his suffering and death on the cross, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciple, Peter, James, and John to pray. Jesus told his disciples, "Pray so that you will not fall into temptation," and then prayed to God at a distance. "I wish you would take this cup from me, but do not do my will, but your will." So earnest and difficult was he. The Gospel of Luke says that Jesus' sweat fell to the ground like drops of blood. But unfortunately, the disciples whom Jesus had woken up several times and wanted to pray with were all asleep. Jesus woke up his disciples and said, "Now let's go. They came to get me." It was then Judas, betrayer of Jesus, came up to Jesus and greeted him. "Hello, teacher." And he kissed Jesus. Jesus says to Judas, "Do your job." Judas greeted and kissed, sending a signal to those who came with him. The people caught Jesus. Then one of Jesus' disciples drew a sword and swung it. They hurt the man who came to arrest Jesus. Jesus healed the injured man and spoke, "He who uses the sword will perish by the sword. I do not use a sword, not because I cannot call the countless soldiers of heaven." All of this is to fulfill the Bible. When they saw Jesus being captured by the people, all the disciples abandoned Jesus and ran away. When Jesus told his disciples to pray together in Gethsemane, he did not mean to ask them to save him. He wanted his disciples to protect their own hearts and beliefs through prayer. Jesus, who prayed, was caught and handed over. The disciples who did not pray ran away. Everyone, those who pray can overcome obstacles. God gives those who pray a bold heart to obey God's will, which is greater than their own will. It seems that Jesus is speaking to us who are living through difficult times. So let's pray together so that we will not fall into temptation.